Hello guys, Hector Zavala here again, and this time with a very good friend and a professional here at Century 21 Town and Country, Sonali Patel. Hi Sonali.
Hello.
Good morning. So, hey guys, so today with the intention of bringing you guys informational videos, one of the most complex maybe transactions that we ever have happen to be probate. And that's what we want to talk about today, right, Sonali?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what is probate, Sonali?
So essentially probate means that you don't have a will, or you do have a will but you don't have a trust. And say you pass away and your beneficiaries want to liquidate your assets, the only way they're going to be able to sell your property is to go through probate to sell this property.
So that would be a court process on which beneficiaries, the people basically getting the inheritance, have to go through the legal process of making that, their property there. Sometimes, a lot of times that means selling it, cashing out, whatever it means. That's what it is. So I know you recently had a case.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we want to talk about that, because we have a little bit of stats on how long these probate cases might take, and how we can make it a little easier and simpler, maybe even quicker, or maybe even avoid it altogether. So how long did it take you on the last probate transaction that you had, and tell us why?
Okay, so the average times in California for a probate transaction are usually 1.5 years, but as far as for mine, it took about 6 months, and reason being that my client, she signed a contract to sell her property because she wasn't in the best health conditions, and she ended up passing away the day after we listed the property. She had a will, and so it made it a little bit easier in terms of time frames, just because she, when we did go to court, all we needed was an executor to her will, which was her daughter. And so in the end, we didn't need court confirmation because the daughters were in agreement in terms of how they were going to divvy up the money between both of them. Of course, we are in touch with very experienced probate attorneys as well, and we were there every step of the way with them, and so it kind of took a little bit less time, and that's why it took us about 6 months to close my deal.
Yeah, and that is really, really good that we can explain that to our clients, because if you're in good hands, if our clients are in good hands, we can probably take like you said, a process that can take up to 1.5 years, maybe longer. Those cases can go on indefinitely. And there are ways to probates make them into like a 4 or 5 month process, so we can make a big difference. And one of the things that we probably need to recommend to our clients, or a few of the steps that we want to let them know, is that probates are completely avoidable, and I think that's going to take us maybe really, really quick into trusts. Yeah, so
the reason being that people would want to avoid probate is they don't want their kids to have to go through like months on end of just dealing with like court and having to pay attorney fees and things like that. So the way you can avoid going through probate is to have your property in a trust. The reason why you would avoid probate if your property is in a trust is because even though you treat the property as your own, it is technically owned by the trustee of the trust. And so you don't have to worry that if you pass away, there's no owner to your property.
yeah, and that's very, very important to know. So I know we touched a lot on some of these maybe legal terms that maybe some of our clients and the people that see these videos may not really be too familiar with. But if we had to summarize, Sonali, and we wanted to get our clients started, so give them some idea of how these videos can be useful to them. I think it would make a lot of sense to give them maybe a little head start. So if somebody dies, somebody that has recently died, you know of somebody in a situation where they are supposed to inherit property, they don't know how to get it, how to transfer it from the deceased person's name to theirs, how to liquidate it, sold it, maybe they need assets to pay off other things, whatever the case is. I think we want to give our clients a good idea where to begin, and that would be step number 1. Somebody dies. What is the first thing that they do?
Step number 1, if someone dies, we do recommend to talk to a probate attorney. You can also talk to a real estate agent. They do have people that they are in contact with that are probate attorneys. that are experienced and do it on a day-to-day basis. And we can always get you in touch with those people, and from there, we can walk you through the process of a probate.
Yeah, exactly. So probates again, completely avoidable through a trust. If somebody, I think that it's, it's just part of the part of life, a natural process on which people do die, and very often properties left behind. So number one, you do want to contact a probate attorney. If you don't have a probate attorney that you know and trust, contact us, real estate agents, professionals. We have experience with these cases, and we'll get you started with a good, experienced probate attorney. And then if you haven't died, which my guess is that you haven't since you're seeing this video, avoid it completely. Give us a call. We'll give you those same attorneys that do probate are also very experienced on helping people create these trusts, and that can avoid the whole thing. So number one, do call us. Remember, all these consultations are always free, and we'll get you going to the right path, make the process quicker and a whole lot simpler. So thank you, Sonali.
Thank you.